Hello there. Today's video is on Sikh propaganda. Propaganda which is published on a very popular Sikh website. I have seen many Sikhs quote this rubbish countless times. This one here, there are many inaccurate statements on this website. The website was created in 2004. You'll have to excuse the pink markings. I tried to make another copy but the page seems to have been removed. And I quote, "The word Hindu is originally from Brahmin. It means followers of Brahminism. Since no ancient Rig Veda Aryan ever mentions the word Hindu, and whoever followed Brahmical belief system was a Hindu, the term has derogatory origins from Arab Islamic invaders who terms the black race's black thief of the today's Indo-Gangetic plains as Hindu. Many myths arose such as the inability to separate the pronunciation of SNH by the Persians, but the Persian map made by al-Ishtiqari, which separates Sindh from the Indian peninsula with Sistan being on top. Also, according to modern skin color maps, Sindh doesn't fall under the label black skin, so the derogatory term Hindu as a black person doesn't apply to the people known today as Sindhis, who were historically seen even by many invaders as an Aryan race of light-skinned, tall stature people." End quote. So, we can clearly see, for over 15 years the Sikh website has been spreading garbage and poison. Firstly, the nonsense is attempting to divide Brahminism from Hinduism. Secondly, branding the term Hindu as if it's some kind of racial slur word or thief. Now, the Persian Empire, primarily the Achaemenid Empire, existed from 559 BCE to 331 BCE. Islamic invasion began from 640 to 711 in India. So, the word Hindu was utilized before the Arab Muslim invaders came to India. Conquerors will often use slurs to demonize those they victor over. So, for example, if the word Hindu was given by the Persians, there are countless examples of Hindus living in Rome. Then you have the Indo-Greeks. Neither the Greeks or Romans have described Hindus in a derogatory manner as the Arabs have. And there are many historical accounts of Greek thinkers like Plotinus and Hindu Brahmins coexisting and learning together, including interfaith marriages. Let's also not forget Persian Empire was conquered by Islamic forces between 633 and 651 by the Rashidun Caliphate, later Islamized and influenced by Islam. So even if the term Hindu means black in Persian, it has no relevance in the contextual usage later on as black thief, or a derogatory term towards Hindus by the Arabs invaders. Now, here's the punchline. Arab Saracens were described as dark-skinned by many Europeans. Historically, Christians during the Christian Crusaders described Arab Muslims as invaders, violent nomads, robbers, bloodthirsty, savages, and primitive cave-dwelling beings. This is like the pot calling the kettle black. India has always had a diverse range of skin tones. Light, dark, etc. So, for example, from Kashmir to Sindh, from Delhi to Sindh, you will find various skin tones of Hindus. So, we can clearly see there's an attempt to malign Hindus, not only by Sikhs but self-haters in India and from various other places. Me personally, I couldn't care less if Hindus are described as dark or light-skinned, but the term Hindu does not mean thief or slave. We have gods and goddesses which are dark-skinned. Now, what a sensible person should be asking is, why are certain groups keen on portraying Hindus as blacks? Since when is it a crime to have dark skin? So, the prejudice and ignorance lies with those who keep using such language. For example, not a single Sikh guru is portrayed dark-skinned, and there's no actual account of them being fair-skinned. Also, there are countless errors on that Sikh article and on many other Sikh websites, which have been done deliberately to shape people's minds on the history, ethnicity of Hindus and India. Sikhism was invented 500 years ago by a retarded misfit called Nanak, who was born a Hindu. Yes, Nanak's mother was black. Nanak's daddy was black. Somehow Narnak was born fair and whitish. So, you can understand the mental gymnastics when a Sikh tries to justify that anyone born beyond the region of Sindh, which would be present-day Pakistan where Narnak was born, is fair-skinned, and anyone non-Aryan is dark or black-skinned. Whereas Vedic Hindu scriptures mention both north and south regions of India in detail, with Aryan people as the indigenous inhabitants. In today's world in India, this actress called Trisha Krishnan is from South India and she is not black. Many in her region are dark-skinned. Many in her region are fair-skinned. So, by saying some people are lighter or darker based on whichever side of the river Sindh they live on, would be absurd. This is basic straw man fallacy. For example, everyone living in Africa is black-skinned or everyone living in China is fair-skinned. India has always had mixed skin tones. Let's wrap this up. As long as Hinduism exists, Sikhism remains a cult, with a wishy-washy version of plagiarized Vedic scriptures. You won't find many Sikhs admiring or praising Hinduism. Why would they? Narnak himself rejected Hinduism to create Sikhism. Many Hindus fail to understand this logic. Why would Sikhs promote India's rich Vedic history or admire Hindu scriptures when they have openly rejected Hinduism for being a bunch of silly customs and practices? Till this day, no great influential academic, scientist or thinker has praised or been inspired by Sikhism. Now that speaks volumes. Growing up as a child, I was taught to respect everyone's beliefs, but everything changes ononce you start exposing liars.